Hey you guys, this is the Logic Only Zone, and I thought it was time I do another philosophy video for you guys. I know it's been a little bit, I haven't been posting these. I'm gonna try to post them a lot more. So yeah, today you guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about conflict. Conflict is something that we all have to deal with in our lives, and I think a good rule of thumb is to try to be on good terms with all. And you're gonna find out that even though you're good to people, even though you're kind, even though you don't do things to create conflict and you're understanding and tolerant and accepting of other people, you're still going to sometimes find yourself in conflict with people in the workplace, home, wherever it is that you are, you're going to find yourself in conflict. And if you're very lucky, you're going to be able to, avoid conflict and or not have very much conflict in your life. But I think for most of us, conflict is something that we have to learn to live with and deal with. And like I said, a good rule of thumb is that be on good terms with all. There's really no point in uh, participating in conflict, especially if it's violent, because all you're going to do is hurt yourself. So all you're doing is hurting yourself by being a part of the conflict. Now, though I say this, I do think participating in conflict when you have to, never run away if you cannot. If you can't just walk away from the conflict, you got to face it. This includes physical. This includes all types of conflict. So, if somebody tries to hurt you and you try to walk away and they won't let you walk away, you got to defend yourself. You got to fight back. And there's different strategies for different situations where you have to deal with that. Keeping the rule of thumb in mind that you just want to avoid conflict. It's better to be on good terms with all than to hurt yourself dealing with conflict. But I do think that conflict can help you mature, can help you grow as a person. So I do want to say that I think conflict has a good nature to it in terms of how it attributes to a person's character. I think it has a lot to offer us. So, though we avoid conflict, when we have to face conflict, when we can't walk away, what we do is we go after it. So, you strategize, you use strategy, you try to understand the other person. And you see the other person, because you're trying to avoid conflict, you don't have this problem, but they're likely to have the problem of being clouded by their own ego, by disillusionment, by emotions that they can't control. And so they have a ton of weaknesses in that way. So if you're dealing with in a situation where somebody is acting like that, acting totally irrationally, lacking strategy, acting rashly and emotionally, there's a lot of things you can do based on the situation. Know your rights, know what you're allowed to do, and it's a game of chess. Strategize against these people who want to be destructive, because you can't just let people hurt you. You're not going to just let somebody punch you in the face. That's silly. So you got to do what you got to do to defend yourself. And the same thing goes for physical. Learn the ways, and I don't, because I'm a pacifist. But you got to learn the ways of violence. You gotta know how to fight back and defend yourself if you have to. And that's why I think that physical activity and fitness is something that's very important, because in the world you are going to find yourself in situations where you are in conflict with people. And if you're not physically fit, I think that this makes you look extra weak. It allows you to be targetable. I think this is a little bit different for women, by the way. I think this is more of an issue with men. But yeah, you have to be able to. You want some amount of intimidation. You have to be able to defend yourself to a certain degree. Otherwise, people are going to walk all over you. So yeah, it's just a good rule of thumb. But yeah, if you guys keep that stuff in mind, you guys get tough. And in these situations where you are dealing with this conflict, I really feel like uh, it helps you grow as a person. You learn not to be afraid. You learn to overcome challenges. You learn what it's like when you overcome these challenges. And victory, victory in these situations where you overcome a conflict, where you've overcome something that you thought was not overcomable. It's a wonderful feeling. I think it's something that all of you need to have. And I think that if you want to really function in the world and like achieve and do the things you want to do, I think these are essential and important character attributes to develop. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on Mondays now. Monday is when I'm going to be doing my hangouts, so I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching, and Later. Cheers.